Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the final part of the Log 360 training series. My name is Judith, and I'm a product specialist in ManageEngine's IT security solutions team. Before we begin, I'd just like to ensure no one is facing any audio or video issues. If you are, please do let us know on the live chat, and we'll try to sort it out. Today's session is about custom log parsing and log forensics. In addition to that, I'll also be covering topics that you guys had requested for. One of the biggest SIEM challenges is the analysis of logs from different sources. Out-of-the-box support is good, but you need something better. Because if you're not able to analyze the logs of even one log source, you could be in trouble, as that is a weak point in your network security. Log 360 allows you to parse log data from any source that generates human-readable logs. Therefore, you can analyze log data from any device, application, or server in your network. The custom log parser is very flexible and allows you to go beyond the default log fields and create new fields to extract even more information from your organization's logs. Why create new fields? Sometimes you may stumble upon a useful field in your log that you'd like to index. Even otherwise, when it comes to security reports and log forensic analysis, indexing additional fields makes your log data more informative. With its field extraction capability, the EventLog Analyzer component of Log 360 allows you to index custom fields and generate reports for logs collected from your in-house applications, such as those used for payroll processing, attendance management, and more. I'm now going to show you how custom log parsing works. But before that, let me explain how the process works. You can parse custom logs using the import log feature. When you import a custom log file, the EventLog Analyzer component of Log 360 has the capability of automatically identifying common log fields such as timestamps, IP addresses, and so on. However, these logs usually have some custom fields which are exclusive to the application or device generating them. With a custom log parser, you can easily teach the product how to recognize and extract these fields. To make all this a bit clear, let me explain with a simple use case and show you how it all works. Let's consider that you have a custom file application which you use exclusively within your company. This application can be used to send files securely within the organization. A typical log for this application contains the following fields as I've shown on the screen: a timestamp, an IP address from which the file is sent, the IP address to which the file is sent, and finally the name of the file being sent. Now let's see what happens when we try importing a log file from this application. So I'm now going to import the file. You go to the Settings tab, Configuration, Import Log Data, Import Logs. As this is a local path, it's stored on my system. I'm just going to click that and you click Open. So you choose Automatically Identify because you do not know the log format, and you click an associated device and you just click Import. As you can see, this file has been imported. Now you just click on View Report. So whatever fields could be identified have been identified, and the time, the IP address, and have been identified. Now I'm going to extract new fields. So you just click on the tool icon and you highlight the file name which is not known. As you can see, that has been highlighted. You enter a field name. In this case, it's the file name. And as you can see, the file name is suffixed with txt. So you just click exactmatch.txt and you create patterns. So this is the pattern that has been created. I'm just going to validate this now. As you can see, all the file names with a suffix of txt have been identified. So I know that. I'm just going to save the pattern. So now whenever you import logs from this application in the future, the file name field is also extracted. This way, the log360 gives you the power to analyze any human readable logs and generate reports for all your custom devices and in-house applications. Log forensics can be tedious and a long process without the right tools. It is also something that you cannot do away with. EventLog Analyzer makes forensic investigation very easy by allowing you to use its powerful log search engine to search through both raw and normalized logs and instantly generate forensic reports based on the search results. In just a few seconds, you can search through millions of logs to find that one log entry that you're looking for, along with details including the exact time at which the event occurred, who orchestrated it, and where was it done. I'm now going to show you how you can perform log forensics using the search feature. You just click on the search tab and I'm just going to pick Windows logs. And you can pick a device. In this case, I'm picking an entire group, that is the Windows group. And when I'm done, I can just click go. So okay, so there is a technical glitch, but so usually the logs are displayed based on the criteria that you have entered. I'm just going to try this once more. Okay, as you can see, there are 978 logs in total. I'm now going to further narrow it down by just clicking on the instance. As you can see, the logs have been narrowed down further to 606 logs. So whatever logs that have MS SQL Server alone are displayed. As you can see, the search is automatically updated here. You can further narrow it down by using another field and adding that also to your search query. As you can see, logs which have both MS SQL Server as the instance name and EventLog as the database name are displayed. So this is the result. You can export this in the PDF and the CSV formats. Now we are going to look at a few topics that you guys had asked for. First up is compliance. Compliance is one of the largest challenges faced by organizations today. Sensitive enterprise data is always at a risk of being compromised. Therefore, it has become mandatory to secure sensitive information by establishing network security processes and meeting the guidelines of regulatory bodies. Being non-compliant to regulatory standards can result in severe penalties and have dire legal consequences. Organizations are required to take proactive measures to establish network security processes for detecting network anomalies, attacks, and other vulnerabilities that can cause harm to the sensitive information of the enterprise. Organizations must fulfill the requirements of the compliance auditor by producing the corresponding compliance reports to demonstrate that their security measures will protect their network from being compromised. Regulatory bodies also require organizations to retain data of their network devices and applications for long periods, thereby allowing the auditors to authenticate security incidents by checking the audit trails from the logs. Log360 offers a number of predefined reports that help meet compliance mandates, including PCI-DSS, FISMA, GLBA, SOX, HIPAA, ISO 27001, and the most talked about compliance mandate of recent times, the GDPR. I'm now going to show you the compliance reports that the EventLog Analyzer component has to offer. We have a separate tab called the Compliance tab. As you can see, there are predefined reports for FISMA, PCI DSS, HIPAA, SOX, GPG, GLBA, ISO 27001, and of course GDPR. As you can see, each section has the necessary events grouped together, so you don't have to waste time mapping individual events with its corresponding section or article of the compliance mandate. Now I'm going to show you how you can edit an existing compliance report. Okay, so FISMA, so everything is listed. As you can see, the FISMA report has object accesses, logon, security assessment, and more. You can just enable it or disable it. And similarly, you can enable predefined reports or disable them in case you don't need them at all. You can enable all of them and you just click save. I'm now going to show you how you can add new compliance reports. You would probably need compliance reports for your own internal audits based on regulatory requirements of your organization. So you just give a description like internal audit name and a description regulatory requirement. Okay. So once you're done, you just choose the events you want to monitor. So in this case, it's object access. So all objects that have been created, modified, deleted, handled, and accessed will be recorded. Similarly, you can choose other events. I'm just going to choose a couple of them. As you can see, the exact event and the description are all given here. There's a description for each event here, and when you just click save, a new compliance report has been created. As you can see, the report that I just created with the name internal audit and the description says regulation. So whatever I have chosen, that is object access, logon, and system events are all here. So automatically all these events are recorded and you could just use this for your internal audits. Now I'm going to move on to another important topic, which are alerts. Some of you wanted to know how alerts can be created, so I'm going to show you that now. You just click on Add Alert Profile. You enter an alert name, and depending on the severity, whether you classify it as a very important one, that would be high. If it's not so important, it would be low. Somewhere in between would be medium. You select the device to which it is associated. In this case, I'm selecting a Barracuda device, and you select an alert. So these are predefined alerts. You have compliance alerts and custom alerts. I'm just going to click on the predefined alert. Okay, so the type of device that I had already chosen was the Barracuda device. So once I've selected the Barracuda device, you can see that the alerts have changed. So I'm just going to click on allowed traffic, that I get alerts for this, and I'm just going to click save. So you can also choose to be notified when an alert is generated. So all alerts once a day. So when you click the email notification, you enter an email ID, the subject of the email which will show up in your inbox, the exact mail content and the notes. And when you save the profile, this gets saved. You can also enable SMS notification, where you'll receive an SMS, a real-time as an alert when some anomalous activity occurs. You also have the option to run program, which is basically you can add scripts that should be run in case an alert is generated. I'm now going to show you a few settings in Log360 that I have not covered in the previous sessions. So the first one is configuration, and an important thing is log forwarder. So what is log forwarder? Log forwarder allows you to forward syslogs that are collected in the EventLog Analyzer component to other third-party devices. So I'm just going to enable this. This is syslog forwarder. So I enter the name of the destination server. I choose the protocol. By default, it's UDP. Enter the port number and the RFC standard and the source device. So all syslogs are forwarded as raw logs to the third-party server. For all other sources of logs, EventLog Analyzer converts the log data to the formats RFC 3164 or RFC 5424. It depends on what you choose here. And this is the configuration for log forwarder. I'm now going to show you archival, log archival. As you know, log archival is very important as far as compliance goes, because they want you to keep your log data in case they need to verify details. So it's of utmost importance. And you just click on settings. Okay, so by default, the file is created every 12 hours and it's zipped, and another zip file is created every 4 days. But you can also change this and configure it depending upon when you want the file to be created. So you have the option of hours or days, like the zip file can be created every few days. So when archive data is stored, you can choose to encrypt the data. We use the AES 128-bit, and you can choose to timestamp the data, and archive to check the archive integrity. We use the MD5 checksum, and you can choose the period for which the archived logs should be retained. You can also choose to retain it forever or the given options, and this will be the location in which the archived file is stored. Now, once you archive data, no worries, you can always search through this data. You just need to load the archived file into the product, and then you can search through the data. The next one I'm going to show you is user management, which is technicians and roles. I'm going to show you how you can add a technician. Just enter a technician name, a password, and you have to reconfirm the password, an email ID, and choose the access level. So the admin has the most privileges and the guest has the least privileges, and you choose the device group. Okay, so by default, you can, there is one admin user by default. This user cannot be deleted, but the other admin users that you create can be deleted. Guest and operator roles can be deleted. So all the roles that you create other than the default can be enabled, disabled, deleted, and even updated. I'm now going to show you one more important setting, which is the working hour setting. So why do you need working hour settings? It's easier to determine if an anomalous activity has happened by looking at the time, and if you have working and non-working hours defined, it will show up in your reports. So say if your workday starts at 9 a.m. in the morning and ends at 6 p.m. in the evening, you can just save this and update it. So this will help you differentiate between what activity happened when, and it will help you determine whether this is anomalous or not. And the last setting I'm going to show you is the mail server setting, which is the notification setting. So configuring the mail server will help you receive notifications via mail. So the server name, a port number, the username, password, and if you don't want a secure connection, you can just choose no. Otherwise, you can click TLS. So the sender address, this is what will appear in your inbox. You can also send a test message and test this out. Okay, I showed you a lot of settings, and even if you didn't get all of that, no worries. Here are the most important points. Syslogs are forwarded as they are. Other logs are converted to RFC 3164 or RFC 5424 and then forwarded. By default, logs are archived every 12 hours and a zip file is created every 4 days. This is done to save disk space. You can of course configure the time of archival and the zip file creation. The minimum is once every 1 hour for both. You can always load archived data in the product and perform a forensic search. You can assign 3 types of roles in Log 360, namely admin, operator, and guest. The difference is in their access levels. I just thought I'd get you up to speed on what's happening on the development front in Log 360. In the future, you will be seeing the following in Log 360. Our incident management module will soon be integrating with Jira Service Desk, Zendesk, Kayako, and BMC Remedy Service Desk. This is in addition to the existing Service Desk Plus and ServiceNow. Meraki devices will soon be joining the list of devices that Log360 can support out of the box. The correlation rule builder will soon be getting a facelift. With this, we come to the end of the Log360 training series. It has been a pleasure demonstrating the various features that Log360 has to offer. Your participation has been overwhelming and is deeply appreciated. Thank you so much for making this training series a success. We do look forward to your support in the upcoming events as well. I'm now going to send you the links to all 4 parts of the Log 360 training assessment. This is for the benefit for those who have missed a part or two. Please fill in the same email ID which you have used to register for this training series. Once you've answered all the questions, just hit submit. We'll tally the scores of all 4 parts and the results and certificates will be sent by 18th May 2018, which is the next Friday. Thank you so much and all the very best.